Hello and welcome back to the Luton Town Let's Play Season 2, Episode 9. This is our end of season review video, and while we do the end of season review, we're also going to be looking into how things are generally at this club, because at the end of this episode I will be hitting the resign button as my time as Luton Town manager has come to an end. Okay, so let's get into the new arrivals and let's see what they rate them. So we've got Ricardo Pepe that joined from PSV for £5.5 million. The board have given it a B+. The board are very pleased with the deal to sign Ricardo Pepe. This is mainly due to the club paying so little for the player. As I've said before, it always comes down to the finances with the board. Carl Rushworth has got an A-. Okay, that's amazing. They're so happy with that. We've got it for £8 million from Brighton. The board are delighted with the deal to sign Carl Rushworth. We are pleased to see that the minimum fee release clause of £15 million would mean an excellent deal for the club should it ever be triggered. Nicola Cavlina has got a straight A. The board are delighted with the deal. This is mainly due to getting the player to agree to a lower wage than we would have expected to pay someone of his ability. Antoine Semenyo has got a B. Again, it's down to the finances. Matt O'Reilly has a A-. Emil Breivik only got a C on that one, mainly because they don't like the loan fee on it. But surely when they realise that we've signed him permanently for £3.7 million, a player of his quality, they'll be very happy with that. Oscar Cortez has got a B+. John Buckley has got a C+. Frank Onyeka a B-. I mean, technically he was last year. Brandon Williams has got an A+ as well. Harvey White a B+. Pagino a C. And George Bello a B-. Basically, they're happy with the signings that we've made is what we can take from that. Getting on to the season's results. So in terms of the English Premier League, or Premier Division, the board expectation was attempt to avoid relegation from the Premier Division, A+. The board are pleased that the team achieved a top half finish in the Premier Division. I still can't believe it. There is no doubt that the fine run of results at the end of the season helped us in overachieving. And we have massively overachieved, and I'll show you the reasons why very soon. There's the league table. Our home attendance again was 10,900, which is 96% capacity. Our top goal scorer was Colton Morris with 9 goals. That just about says it all. Their top goal scorer had 9 goals. In the Carabao Cup, we got to the quarterfinals. They wanted us to be competitive. We beat West Ham, Colchester, Leighton. I mean, when you look at it, we had some really favourable runs in the cup competitions. As soon as we come up against anyone of top class, we just lost and went out. But we got to quarterfinals, so they're more than happy with that one. And in the FA Cup, again, be competitive in the FA Cup. We got to the semi-final. Capacity's maxed out. Colton Morris was their top goal scorer. Who's the top goal scorer in this one? Ricardo Pepe. And yeah, again, Birmingham City, Fleetwood Town, Coventry City, Norwich City and Chelsea. And it was Chelsea that we then went out of the competition. And the board are pleased that the team reached the semi-final of the FA Cup. Pleased, I should hope you'd be absolutely ecstatic. Moments to remember. So we've got the biggest win was a 3-0 win against Coventry. We didn't have massive wins in this season, did we? Match to remember was a 3-2 Premier League win at the London Stadium against West Ham. And goal of the season was Semenyo. Okay, Semenyo. Ogbene didn't even score. I don't know why I thought it was him. Again, in the 2-0 win against Bournemouth. Looking at the finances, the broadcast revenue somehow has gone down. I'm not really sure how. It's gone down by like 5 million. So, again, I'm not sure. Sponsorship has gone up. Corporate hospitality has gone up. Competition prize money has gone up. That's gone up by like 13 million, which I'm not surprised considering our FA Cup run. And our matchday commercial and retail revenue has gone up also. Reputation previously 3, we stay a 3. And in terms of merchandise, Semenyo, a new signing, has sold the most shirts along with Pagino, Ogbene, O'Reilly and Morris. So the fact that we've got Semenyo, Pagino and O'Reilly, all new signings to the club, proves they were good signings as well. We've helped from the commercial side of things as well. However, I don't understand why this always says wing play. Every single time I've played football for years now, that has always said wing play. We don't do wing play, so I don't know why it says that. But the formation is a 3-3-3 defensive midfield wide. They're saying that our team was Cavallina in goal, Bell and Burke left and right back, Danaya and Dicker in the middle, Onyeka, Brevico. I mean, that three and them two. I mean, them five, that quadrant there, basically picks itself in our team, doesn't it? Semenyo and Ogbene out wide with Pepe up top. In terms of the accolades, I won an English Premier Division Manager of the Month for September. I did actually come third in maybe the most recent one or the one before that. I was glad I didn't win it because I don't want the Premier League Manager of the Month curse that seems to go around. Fans Player of the Season, Ricardo Pepe. The Young Player of the Season, Ricardo Pepe. Signing of the Season, Nicola Cavallina, and I'm so pleased he's got that. Goal of the Season, Semenyo. Top goal scorer is Colton Morris with 14 goals in all competitions. Ogbene had the most assists with 8. Semenyo, the most player of the match awards. Highest average rating was Ricardo Pepe, and most passes completed per 90 minutes was the 30-year-old centre-back Tom Lockyer. In terms of record breakers, Colton Morris has got the record for most goals in a season. Ogbene for assists. Cavallina for the most clean sheets by a player in a season. He got 10 of those. Semenyo for most player of the match awards in a season. Brandon Williams for the worst discipline. I'm really not surprised. 12 yellow cards and 1 red card. He really does need to work on the amount of bookings and whatever that he gets. Highest transfer fee paid we broke as well with Pagino for 9.26 million. Fastest goals Antoine Semenyo, 27 seconds. Youngest goal scorer was Oscar Cortez at 20 years of age, and the oldest goal scorer is Jordan Clark at 31 years of age. History in the making. What have they said about us? Luton have been brilliant since turning it on in the middle of the season. Their football was a joy to watch. Once Luton got rolling midway through the season, it looked hard to stop them finishing impressively overall. 2 good journalists there with good opinions. Here's our manager timeline. We can obviously go all the way back to the beginning. Welcome aboard. I don't really pay too much attention to this, but I'll run it across the screen now in case you want to have a look at it yourself. And yeah, basically that is our manager timeline. So we'll finish that one. And this basically just tells you what you've already had. So in terms of our supporter profile, the hardcore has gone down, it's now 10%. Our core has gone down, it's now 38%. Our fair weather has gone up at 19%, and our casual has gone up at 18%. We still have no corporate, and family is 15%. Our social media following has gone up. We have a season ticket waiting list of 569 supporters, which might not sound like much, but we didn't have a waiting list beforehand. I'm pretty certain we didn't. The support influence on the board is still high. Then we can go through all of this. So the club vision and expectation meeting, basically they're fine with everything. Everything's been achieved. We'll accept that, even though we're not going to be here. Squad dynamics, I mean, we can look at it better in there. Team cohesion is good. Club atmosphere is excellent. Managerial support is very good. And then we've got Morris, Lockyer and Danaya as their team leader. So Danaya's actually come through. You know, we've signed him. He's come through as a team leader. That's always good to see. Diku's a highly influential player. Onyeka's highly influential. Matt O'Reilly, Breivik, Semenyo. We've got a good little leadership group there as well. End of season team meeting. I mean, it don't really matter to me, to be honest. Thank you all for coming. I won't see you again. Bye. I'd like to talk about our Premier Division aims for next season. I mean, I don't actually know what they want us to do. I'm assuming it's just to avoid relegation again. Optimistic we can avoid relegation. Yeah, they're happy with that. That's the sort of reaction I was after. Being made towards fulfilling the club vision objectives. I have nothing else to talk about. There you go. Bye, lads. You won't see me again. Bye. I'm not saying bye to you, by the way. I'm saying bye to the players. Then we'll just quickly do this. So we'll go to the finances so you can see our budgets for next season. So there's a £50 million transfer budget, well 49 million, but you might as well say 50. Our wage budget has stayed the same. So whoever comes in here next will have a very good transfer budget and has got £150,000 to work with within our squad, when you look at our squad in terms of the wage, Ricardo Pepe is currently the top earner. I think Emil Breivik will be once he becomes permanent, it all ticks around, he will be the highest earner, about 48,000 I think it is. But I think we've done really well to be able to cap the wages at what they are. And if we go into the competitions and we go into team detailed stats and go straight to the bottom, salary per annum, and we are bottom of the table, comfortably bottom. We spend £37 million per year on player wages. Burnley then do 47, so that's 10 million more than us. Then it's Leeds with 22 million more than us. And you think we finished up in 10th. Aston Villa, I mean, they spend £109 million on wages per year. I mean, that's like 3 times the amount that what we spend. It's crazy. Being down here, we have absolutely no right to be up there anywhere. Now, it says there, we're in the red but we're rich anyway, so it don't matter. I'm not worried about being in the red when we're rich. That's the spend. So I'm assuming because of what we bring in and whatever else, we're basically £7 million in the red on that. But when we actually look properly at the finances, I mean, we've got £82 million in the bank, far more than what we had when we came in. Our debt, we've got £27,000 transfer debt. That's nothing. The bank loan is what we've actually, I mean, when you look at it, we've got £30 million remaining on a bank loan. Yet we've got £82 million in the bank. So can we not just pay that bank loan off and just clear all the debts? That would make sense to me. So what we're going to do now is we're going to have a look at the squad. In terms of who's made the most appearances for us this season, I mean, you'd expect it to be the goalkeeper, and it is Nicola Cavallina, 42 appearances, or 42 starts, that should be. Matt O'Reilly has actually made 43 appearances for us, whereas Emil Breivik has made 43 as well. 44 for O'Reilly, 43 for Breivik. Diku, 40. Onyeka has made 45. So actually looking at that, Onyeka has actually made more appearances for us, and not starts, but more appearances than anybody else. And I don't think it's difficult to see when you look down here at who's selected that is our regular team. We really did get into a groove of selecting the same players, and you know when you look at the tactics screen, where's it gone? Oh, there it is. You know, you say probably have Brandon Williams. Don't know where he's gone now. Down here somewhere. Brandon Williams would have been over there. For me, that was pretty much our team. Williams over. I know Amari Bell's going to get a lot of it, but that is probably our best 11. That's what I would say anyway. And it'll be interesting to see how many of these are still at the club in 5 years' time, in 2 years' time. We'll go through all of that in the next episode. So going back to the squad, in terms of goals scored, Carlton Meister's been top that with 14. Ricardo Pepe got 11. Then Semenyo with 8. Ogbene with 7. Breivik with 6. And then the rest of them, as you can see there. Now, in this area here, and I'm going to point this out, so we've got, this is what my own personal custom view. You have work rate, teamwork, determination, decisions, and leadership. I like to get as many of these red, because reds are the bigger numbers. We've not got a great deal of that here. So what will be worth looking out for in my bottoms up series is that I will be trying to get as much of that area to be red, because I class those as 5, if not the 5 most important, certainly 5 of the most important. When you look at international caps, we have quite a few players that are regulars with their country, and that's also good to see. In terms of, we do it by position now, in terms of the striking options, whoever comes in next has to do what I've not managed to do, and that's sort out the goal scoring options, because you've got Morris and Pepe as your two strikers. Semenyo can play up top, but they're just not getting enough goals. Even if you say between the two of them, 25 goals is probably what you want one person getting, you know. And I think if Luton are to go any further in the Premier League, this wage budget is going to have to start to be smashed quite heavily so you can get the better players in. As an example, I tried getting in Patson Daka in the January transfer window, and he was one of many players that just wasn't interested in coming to me. But even when I spoke to his agent, he was wanting something like £150,000, and I was just like, there is absolutely no way that we can afford to pay £150,000. You know, he would be earning over £100,000 more than anybody. I'd have a mutiny on my hands. So yeah, wasn't great. When we look at the Premier Division overall, as we see, Arsenal won it, Manchester City second, Tottenham third, Liverpool fourth. They're your Champions League teams. Or looking at that, oh, have we lost the Champions League place? Because according to this, you've got Arsenal, Man City, Tottenham in the Champions League, and then Liverpool in the Europa League, and then Villa, Newcastle and Man United in the Conference League. That's really fascinating. I don't know if that's going to change as later on as the season goes over, but because we were top of the coefficient rankings as well, so it's not as though that should have impacted it a great deal. But Erling Haaland, top goal scorer, 32 goals for him this season. If we have a look at him, someone did ask me in comments, I think it was on a Facebook post or something that I'd done, asking me what Erling Haaland's like in the game this year. And I was like, to be honest, I don't know, because I'm managing Luton. I'm not really looking at Erling Haaland and Manchester City. But 29 from 31, 32 from 35. I mean, he's 36 from 35 the previous season. He's still by far and away the best striker. I mean, you look at his attributes. I mean, his physicals and his mental. I mean, it's disgusting, really, isn't it? Lukaku came second with 19, a mile behind Haaland. Saka also had 19. I mean, that's a very good return for Bukayo Saka. In terms of the average ratings, Martinelli 7.55, Haaland 7.47, Salah 7.42. Salah topped the assist charts with 17 assists, 14 for Martinelli, 12 for Odegaard. You can see Arsenal dominating the player stats. Player of the Match awards, Haaland got 10, Saka and Martinelli both got 9. Clean sheets, Ramsdale got 19, Ederson got 17, Nick Pope got 12. I mean, the fact that Cavallina got 10, he's obviously not too far behind. Well, that was 10 in all competitions. So yeah, he's in 10th, which is where we finished. So that's quite revealing, really. Yellow card, well, okay. So it's probably not a surprise that Brandon Williams is top of that. Caicedo, Cody Drama, they were second and, well, joint second. And these are the rest of them, as you can see. We have got Leyduni in there as well before he left us. We've also got Riesberg. Our ability to get a yellow card was quite scary, really, wasn't it? So, yeah, seeing Arsenal winning the league, they've brought an end to Manchester City's 4-year dominance of the Premier League. I mean, Liverpool did bring an end to it there. I mean, you look at that, City, 6 Premier League trophies in the last 8 years is, and to be fair, I'm not saying that's unrealistic either. If we look at the Championship, who's going to be coming up from the Championship? Can you just show me the table, please? So Nottingham Forest are going to be coming up, along with Sheffield United. Wolves and Sunderland are in the playoffs, so it'll be one of those going up with them. If we're able to look at the cup competitions, well, we know, so the FA Cup, English FA Cup, Arsenal are going to be playing Chelsea. They haven't played that game yet. If we look at the Carabao Cup, is that going to show it? Yep. So the Carabao Cup was won by Aston Villa beating Manchester City in the final. I mean, Erling Haaland was a top goal scorer in that as well. So, yeah, it's been a fun season. It's been an amazing save. I've really thoroughly enjoyed. This is my first save doing a video on YouTube, so it took a while to get the words out. I'm just going to save this quickly. And I, you know, when you look at the videos that other creators are doing, they're going with the likes of Liverpool, Brighton, Chelsea, you know, all these big teams that are going to have money to burn and all this sort of stuff. And during the first season, I was sitting here thinking I should have just done the same as everyone else. I should have just gone with a big team, spent a load of money, gone and buy Victor Osimhen like everybody else is doing. But now I'm actually so happy that I went with Luton because, yeah, sure, we're not going to get the views that the big names do and whatever else, and I don't expect to get them views. But this has all been about me enjoying myself and hopefully that enjoyment coming across to you guys watching. So if you have enjoyed it, I would massively appreciate if you could leave a like on this video. Please subscribe to the channel. That helps immensely as well. And drop your comments down there. Let me know what you thought of this Let's Play. Let me know what you think of FM24 Early Access, because we're not allowed to call it the beta. There's only one more thing left for me to do, folks, and that is for me to hit resign. And the reason why I saved it is because I may be carrying this on in private, off screen, to see what I can do with them. I don't. It depends how much time I get, because like I say, I've got the Bottoms Up series coming up on November the 6th, and that will be Monday to Friday. And then I'm also planning on doing a stream save with TSG Hoffenheim, because I don't know if I told you guys this, but I've got a shirt from a company called Surprise Shirts. Awesome, check them out. Go and get yourself a shirt. It's really cheap, it's like 42 quid, and you get an FM edition, so it guarantees you a shirt from a team that's in FM24. And yeah, the shirt I got sent was TSG Hoffenheim, so that's kind of given me an idea to do a stream save with them before I start what might be what will be a stream Journeyman series starting outside of the UK. But I'm waffling, I'm delaying the inevitable. We have to hit resign, folks. And this, after I've done this, I will then simulate 5 years into the future and bring you that video tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching. Do I wish to resign as manager of Luton with immediate effect? No, I don't. But I've got to. I've told YouTube I'm going to. Yes. Oh. Although I weren't expecting this, I was expecting it to just happen. Although you've just handed in your resignation, we would really like you to reconsider and stay with us for the foreseeable future. Oh, Gary. Gary, that is so sweet. No pun intended. I've changed my mind. Forget the Bottoms Up series. I'm staying with Luton. They want me. Oh, that is. I would be willing to stay if I'm given a new and improved cotton hoe. I would be willing to stay if the wage budget was more generous. No, I would be willing to stay if we invested significantly in improved youth facilities. I would be willing to stay if we operated a more expansive youth recruitment operate. I mean, let me know in the comments if you've seen anybody else on YouTube when they've resigned have this cover. I'm not saying it's never happened and I'm a special case or anything. But honestly, in all my years of playing Football Manager, this has never happened to me. I would be willing to stay if the transfer... No. Escalate. I'm afraid I'm quite keen to leave. Unless you can offer me any reason to stay, I think my time here has come to an end. I've got no intention of changing my mind. I think my time here has come to an end. I mean, I kind of feel these options need to be a bit different. I think there just needs to be one saying, Gary, my YouTube series has ended. I think I'm going to click this one because there's... Yeah. We're incredibly disappointed that you decided to leave and we will sorely miss your leadership at the club. Oh, Gary, you're melting my heart. We would rather it didn't have to come to this, but we wish you all the best for the future. Do you know what? What a lovely man Gary Sweet is. Seriously, what an amazingly lovely man. Oh, I was so sad to be ending this anyway, but you have resigned from your role as manager. Leave meeting. There you go, we've done it, and oh, my heart is broken over this. Let me come back, Gary. Thank you for watching, folks. I'll see you again soon. Bye.